Maaveerar Naal is a Remembrance Day observed by Sri Lankan Tamil people to remember the deaths of militants who fought for the liberation tigers of Tamil Eelam. It is held each year on the 27th of November, the date on which the first LTTE cadre, Lt.Shankar, is said to have died in combat in 1982. Traditionally, oil lamps are lit for the 3 days ending on the 27th of November, and the Tamil Eelam flag is raised at ceremonies. The symbol for Maaveerar Naal is the cadre, which blooms during November. History: the first Maaveerar Naal was held on the 27th of November 1989. The date was chosen as it was the anniversary of the first LTTE cadre to die in combat, Lt.Shankar, who died on the 27th of November 1982. On the 27th of November 1989, around 600 LTTE cadres gathered secretly in the jungles near the Kaikulam in Minalaru, Mullaitivu district, to remember their fallen comrades, the heroes, who were at the time numbered around 1,300. In his speech, LTTE leader V. Prabhakaran told the gathering that if he ever betrayed Tamil Eelam, they must kill him. Following the withdrawal of the Indian peacekeeping force in 1990, the LTTE gained control of large areas of territory in the north and east of Sri Lanka. The LTTE started developing ways to commemorate its dead heroes. They built Wikipedia for the Maaveerar in territory they controlled. In 1991, the week leading up to Maaveerar Naal was declared Great Heroes Week. This resulted in Prabhakaran's birthday, which falls on the 26th of November, being included in the commemorations. The celebration of Prabhakaran's birthday began to overshadow the Maaveerar Naal commemorations to an extent that some even believed that Maaveerar Naal was a celebration of Prabhakaran's birthday. This resulted in Prabhakaran banning any celebration of his birthday. Commemorations eventually started amongst the growing Sri Lankan Tamil diaspora. Over the years, the commemorations became more elaborate, involving meetings, religious rituals, processions and exhibitions with cutouts, posters and handbills of the dead cadres being distributed widely. Every village and every school were expected to commemorate the dead cadres. Families of the dead cadres would gather at Wikipedia to mourn the dead relatives. The culmination of the commemorations was a great function at a special location at which the reclusive Prabhakaran gave a speech which started at 6:05 p.m. the precise time Lt.Shankar died. The highly anticipated speeches began to take on the form of an annual policy statement by the LTTE and were broadcast on LTTE-affiliated radio and TV stations in LTTE-controlled areas and abroad. After the Sri Lankan military recaptured the Jaffna Peninsula in 1995, they destroyed LTTE cemeteries in the area, including those at Chadi, Elankalam, Kodikamam and Kope. Following the start of the Norwegian-mediated peace process in 2002, the LTTE started rebuilding the war cemeteries. Maaveerar Naal commemorations were allowed in government territory. In 2004, Tamil National Alliance MPs were allowed to light oil lamps in front of the parliament to commemorate Maaveerar Naal. However, after the peace process stalled, the Sri Lankan military started imposing restrictions on Maaveerar Naal commemorations and destroying LTTE cemeteries. Commemoration ban. Following the end of the civil war in May 2009, the Sri Lankan government and its security forces have clamped down on any attempt at commemorating Maaveerar Naal and destroyed the remaining LTTE cemeteries. All Maaveerar Naal commemorations have been banned. Critics of the ban argue that the Sri Lankan government is denying the Tamil people the basic human right to mourn the dead. The ban on commemorations has been criticized by the TNA, the main political party representing Sri Lankan Tamils, who point out that the commemoration of the LTTE dead is banned but that of the Janatha Vimuthi Peramuna dead is allowed. The JVP waged two violent insurrections against the Sri Lankan government in 1971 and 1987–89, which resulted in the death of up to 70,000 people. On the 27th of November 2012, an attempt by some University of Jaffna students to commemorate Maaveerar Naal by lighting oil lamps was broken by the Sri Lankan security forces, who broke the lamps, threatened the students and pointing weapons at them. The following day, students staged a peaceful protest against the actions of the security forces, but they were met by riot police who attacked and beat the protesters, resulting in at least 20 students being injured and 4 arrested. Remembrance Day. Despite the security restrictions, Tamils in Sri Lanka hold small events to commemorate Maaveerar Naal. Tamil politicians have started a tradition of planting trees on Maaveerar Naal. In the Indian state of Tamil Nadu, a number of political parties, youth organizations, social movement groups, etc., engage themselves in organizing a number of events commemorating Maaveerar Naal across the state. Amongst the Sri Lankan Tamil diaspora, where there are no restrictions on commemorating Maaveerar Naal, large public gatherings continue to be held. In November 2014, Canadian New Democratic Party MP Radhika Sissabesan was criticized for comparing Maaveerar Naal with Remembrance Day during a speech in the House of Commons.